Listen up, my dear Cancerian. Have you ever stopped to think about why lately you've had that feeling that something big is about to happen in your financial life? You know, that strong intuition that won't leave you alone? Well, it's not wrong. What if I told you that the universe has already begun to prepare the ground for 8 profound financial changes that will completely transform the way you deal with money, prosperity, and abundance in the coming months? Can you imagine waking up in a few months and realizing that everything has changed? That finally the stability you've always dreamed of is knocking on your door? Well then, it's time for you to understand what's happening behind the scenes of your material life. What you'll discover in this video isn't just about money coming into your account. It's much deeper than that. We're talking about a complete restructuring of your relationship with abundance, with deservingness, with how you attract and maintain prosperity in your life. And look, if you don't pay attention to these changes that are already underway, you might end up missing opportunities that destiny has prepared especially for you. Because there's something you need to know right now. These changes aren't going to wait for you to be ready, they're already on their way. And those who aren't paying attention may not recognize the doors that are opening. During this video, I'm going to reveal each of these 8 financial transformations, and more importantly, I'm going to show you how you can prepare to receive all of this in the best possible way. Because the universe isn't just sending you money, it's teaching you how to build a solid foundation for lasting prosperity. So stay with me until the end, because the last change I'm going to reveal is the one that will connect all the others and make everything more meaningful on your journey. First change. The door to extra income opens unexpectedly. My dear Cancerian, the first major financial change coming into your life has to do with something you never imagined possible until recently. You know, that talent you have, that skill you always thought was just a hobby, something without commercial value? Well, get ready, because the universe is about to show you that there's a path to extra income right there, where you least expected to find it. And I'm not talking about just any extra money. I'm talking about a source of income that will spring from exactly what you do, with love, with dedication, with that genuine energy that only you know how to put into things. In the coming times, you will realize that the people around you will begin to value what you offer more. It could be a manual job you do, it could be knowledge you possess, it could even be that family recipe that everyone praises but you never thought of selling. The point is that the universe is conspiring to show you that you are worth more than you imagine. And do you know why this is happening now? Because you have finally reached a point in your journey where you are ready to recognize your own worth. Cancer is a sign that often underestimates its own abilities, that gives away for free what could be paid for, that has difficulty charging a fair price for what it offers. But this phase is coming to an end. The energy moving around you now is an energy of recognition, of appreciation, of opportunities arising from where you least expect them. You will see proposals arriving, people seeking you out, situations opening up that will make you wonder why you didn't see this before. And the truth is simple, because it wasn't the right time yet. But now it is. Now you are ready to expand your income sources without having to work yourself to death, without having to give up your essence, your way of being. This extra income that is coming will respect your time, your way, your need for balance between personal and professional life. It won't be something that steals your peace, that keeps you awake at night, that stresses you out. It will be the opposite. It will be that activity that, in addition to bringing money, brings satisfaction, brings joy, brings that pleasant feeling of doing something that really matters. So pay attention, because this opportunity may appear through an unexpected invitation, through someone who values your work and wants to pay you for it, or even through an idea that will pop into your mind like an insight out of nowhere. When that door opens, don't let insecurity paralyze you. Don't keep questioning whether you are capable, whether you deserve it, whether it will work out. Take the first step with faith, because the universe wouldn't show you this path if you weren't prepared to walk it. Second change. The end of cycles of scarcity and financial tightness. The second financial change knocking on your door is one of the most liberating you will ever experience, my dear. You know, that vicious cycle of money coming in and going out quickly, of bills always arriving at the worst possible time, of constantly feeling strapped for cash even when you work hard? Well, that pattern is coming to an end. And when I say it's coming to an end, it's not an empty promise. It's a real change being prepared behind the scenes of your life. The universe has realized that you have already learned the lessons you needed to learn through financial hardship, through that feeling of never being enough, of always lacking something. You've spent too much time in that school, you've paid the price, you've made the necessary sacrifices. And now the time for harvest, for reward, for relief has arrived. But pay attention because this change won't happen overnight like magic. What will begin to happen is a gradual but consistent process of stabilization. You'll notice that little by little, your bills will start to balance better, that you'll have a little extra at the end of the month, that constant anxiety about not knowing how you'll pay for things will diminish, becoming lighter. And do you know the secret behind this transformation? It's the change in your energy regarding money. For a long time, you carried a vibration of fear, worry, and tension whenever the subject was finances. And this energy, even without you realizing it, attracted more situations that confirmed this scarcity. But something has changed within you recently, even if you haven't consciously noticed. You've started to let go, to trust a little more, to believe that things can work out. And this internal change is generating a corresponding external change. Money responds to the energy you emit. When you vibrate scarcity, you attract scarcity. When you start vibrating possibility, you attract possibility. And you are entering this new frequency now. In the coming times, you will begin to notice small signs of this change. It could be a bill you expected to be high that came in lower. It could be unexpected money that appeared just when you needed it. It could be a savings opportunity that appeared out of nowhere. These small signs are the universe showing you that the cycle has turned, that now the tide is in your favor. And as you recognize and appreciate these small victories, more of them will appear. Because gratitude is the fertilizer of abundance. The more you are grateful for the little improvements, the more improvements occur. So pay attention to these details, celebrate every small financial achievement, no matter how small it may seem. That supermarket promotion that saved you money, that discount you managed to negotiate, that bill you were able to pay in installments without interest. All of these are signs that the universe is working in your favor. If this message resonated with your zodiac sign, trust me, it's no coincidence. When the universe wants to speak to you, it sends exactly the right signal. And you're here because you needed to hear this today. Your contribution as a subscriber or member is what keeps these messages alive. Messages that touch, awaken, and transform lives. And if this video made sense to you, leave your birth date in the comments. Now let's continue with our video. Third change. A financial offer coming from where you least expect it. Now comes a change that will truly surprise you, my dear Cancer. In the coming days, you will receive a financial offer from a completely unexpected source. It could be someone from the past who reappears with an opportunity. It could be someone you barely know but who saw potential in you. It could even be a situation that seemed impossible, but suddenly resolves itself and opens a new path. The important thing is for you to understand that this offer will not come through the normal channels, the places you are used to looking. It will come as a surprise, it will catch you off guard. It will make you wonder how you hadn't seen it before. And do you know why the universe works like this sometimes? Because it wants to take you out of your comfort zone. It wants to show you that there are possibilities beyond those you already know and control. Cancer has a natural tendency to cling to the known, the safe, the familiar. And there's nothing wrong with that, it's part of your nature. But sometimes this need for security can prevent you from seeing opportunities that are right in front of you. So the universe will do the work of bringing this opportunity to you in a way you can't ignore. It will be so clear, so in your face, that even if you want to hide in your shell like crabs do, there's no way around it, you'll have to look and consider it. This proposal may come in the form of a new project, a partnership, an investment, a job offer different from what you do today. The format can vary greatly from person to person, because each Cancerian is at a different point in their journey. But what you all have in common is that this proposal will shake up your plans, make you rethink the path you were following, and present an alternative you hadn't considered before. And here comes the crucial point. When this proposal arrives, you will feel fear. You can bet on it, because it will represent change, it will represent risk, it will represent leaving that comfortable place where you feel safe. And the first natural reaction will be to say no, to protect yourself, to look for 1,000 reasons not to accept. But I need to warn you now. If you refuse this opportunity out of fear, you may regret it later. I'm not saying you should accept anything that comes along without analyzing it, without thinking, without assessing the risks. Of course not. Use your emotional intelligence, use your keen intuition to sense whether that offer is good for you or not. But don't let fear alone decide. Don't let insecurity alone speak louder. Because this financial change that's coming through this unexpected offer could be exactly the turning point you've been waiting for so long. It could be the answer to your prayers, your intentions, your request to the universe. So when it arrives, take a deep breath, calm down, and analyze it with an open heart but with an attentive mind. Talk to trusted people if you need to. Ask for advice, weigh the pros and cons. But don't discard it just because it's different, just because it's new, just because it takes you out of your comfort zone. Fourth change, the awakening of the consciousness of worthiness. This fourth change is perhaps the most important of all, even if it doesn't seem so at first glance. Because it's not about money directly falling into your hands, but about an internal transformation that will determine how much money you can receive and keep in your life. I'm talking about awakening your sense of deservingness. Until now, my dear, you've carried within you a program that said you weren't worthy of abundance, that you needed to suffer to get things, that money was dirty, or that good people couldn't be rich. These beliefs were planted in you since childhood, through the education you received, the experiences you lived, the stories you heard. And even without realizing it, you internalized all of this and transformed it into absolute truth. But now the time has come to reprogram all of that. The time has come for you to understand once and for all that you do deserve to be prosperous, that you do deserve to live well, that you do deserve to receive abundance without having to sacrifice yourself to the limit for it. This change in consciousness doesn't happen overnight. It's a process. But in the coming times, you will begin to question these old beliefs. You will begin to realize where they came from and why they no longer make sense to you today. You will begin to give yourself permission to desire more, to want more, to seek more without feeling guilty about it. And do you know what happens when you change this internal programming? Everything else changes along with it. Because the universe can only give you what you believe you deserve. If deep down you don't feel worthy, you yourself will sabotage the opportunities that appear. You will find ways to lose the money you earn. You will attract situations that confirm your unworthiness. But when you truly understand and feel in your heart that you deserve prosperity, the universe has no other option but to give it to you. Because you become a magnet for abundance. You begin to vibrate at a frequency that attracts money, opportunities, the right people, favorable situations. Everything aligns in your favor. And how will you know that this awakening is happening? You will notice it through your thoughts about money. Before, when you saw someone successful, you felt envious or thought that that person was lucky or did something wrong to get there. Now you will begin to feel inspired. You will think that if that person succeeded, you can too. You will seek to learn from the success of others instead of judging. You will stop comparing yourself negatively and start comparing yourself in a motivating way. You will understand that the success of others does not diminish yours, that there is enough abundance for everyone, that you don't need to compete or take from others to have yours. This change of mindset is fundamental and it is happening in your life right now. So pay attention to your thoughts, observe how you react when the subject is money. And whenever you encounter a thought of scarcity, limitation, or unworthiness, stop, breathe, and consciously replace it with a thought of abundance, possibility, and deserving. Over time this becomes automatic, and your external reality begins to reflect your new internal reality. Fifth change, reorganizing your financial priorities. The fifth financial change coming into your life involves a profound reorganization of your priorities regarding money. Until now, you've been spending your financial energy in a certain way, investing in certain things, prioritizing certain aspects of material life. But the universe is showing you that it's time to make some adjustments, to rethink what really matters, to put your money where your heart truly is. Often we spend on things that don't bring us real happiness, only momentary satisfaction. We spend impulsively, out of emotional emptiness, due to social pressure, wanting to meet the expectations of others. And in the end, there's that feeling that money slips through our fingers without us even knowing where it went. This phase is ending for you, my dear Cancerian. In the coming times, you will develop a much greater awareness of every penny that enters and leaves your life. Not in a neurotic or controlling way, but in a conscious and intentional way. You will begin to ask yourself before each purchase, does this really bring me value? Is this aligned with my goals? Does this contribute to the future I want to build? And often the answer will be no. And that's okay, because you'll realize that by cutting these unnecessary expenses, you'll have more money left over to invest in what really matters. It could be investing in yourself, your education, your personal development. It could be saving for a bigger goal like a dream trip, a house of your own, an emergency fund. It could be investing in your family, in those people you love and who deserve your care. The important thing is that this money will begin to have a purpose, a direction, a meaning. And when money has a purpose, it multiplies because you take better care of it, value it more, use it more wisely. You'll also begin to realize that some things you invested in aren't bringing you a return, whether financial or emotional. It could be a subscription you pay for but don't even use. It could be a business relationship that only brings you losses. It could be a partnership that isn't working. The universe will give you clarity to identify these points of financial leakage and the courage to cut, to end, to free yourself from these shackles. And yes, there will be fear involved in this process. Fear of hurting someone, fear of losing something, fear of making the wrong decision. But deep down you'll know it's the right thing to do. And when you take these difficult but necessary steps, you'll feel such great relief, such a good lightness, that you'll understand why it took you so long to do it. Furthermore, this reorganization of priorities will include learning to say no. Cancer has enormous difficulty refusing requests, especially when they come from close people. You lend money you don't have, you help financially even when you're strapped for cash. You sacrifice yourself for others thinking it's your obligation. But the universe is teaching you now that you can be generous without negating yourself, that you can help without harming yourself, that taking care of yourself isn't selfishness, it's a necessity. So get ready because situations will arise that will challenge you to put this into practice. And every time you manage to say no with love but with firmness, you will be strengthening your financial and emotional structure. 6. Change. The arrival of a long-term project that will bring stability. We've reached the 6th financial change, and this one will bring you something you've been seeking for a long time. A future perspective. Until now, you've been living day to day, solving immediate problems, without being able to plan much beyond the next month. But that's about to change because a long-term project is about to enter your life, something that will give you not only a greater financial return, but also that sense of security and stability that your Cancerian heart so desperately needs. This project can manifest in various ways. It could be a stable job opportunity after a long period of instability. It could be an investment that starts to bear fruit after months or years of stagnation. It could be your own business that finally takes off. It could be an idea you've had for a long time that now finds the right moment to develop. The format varies, but the essence is the same. Something that will give you a solid foundation to build your financial future. And look, this project won't just fall into your lap. You'll have to work, you'll have to dedicate yourself, you'll have to be patient to see the results appear. Because long-term projects are like that. They require commitment, consistency, and faith that it will work out even when results take time to appear. But the difference now is that you will feel it's worthwhile. You will feel you are investing your energy in something that truly has a future. That isn't just another empty promise or a fleeting illusion. You will have an inner certainty that this is the right path. Even if the people around you don't understand, even if it seems crazy to others. And this certainty will be your compass in moments of doubt, in moments when fatigue sets in, or when you feel the urge to give up. One important thing you need to understand about this long-term project is that it will require you to learn to deal with the anxiety of waiting. Because you will want to see quick results, you will want to reap the rewards sooner, you will want to be sure it's working. But the universe will teach you through this project that some good things in life need time to mature, that you can't rush certain processes, that there is a right time to plant and a right time to harvest. And you need to respect those times. You need to keep watering even when you don't yet see the sprout emerging. You need to keep caring even when it seems like nothing is happening. Because underground where you can't see, the seed is germinating, the roots are strengthening, the plant is preparing to appear at the right time. So don't give up halfway just because the results aren't immediate. This upcoming project will be a turning point in your financial life, but only if you have the discipline and faith necessary to see it through to the end. Another characteristic of this project is that it will be aligned with your values and your life purpose. It won't just be about making money. It will be about doing something that brings you satisfaction, that contributes to the world in some way, that makes you feel useful and fulfilled. Because deep down you don't just want material prosperity. You want prosperity with purpose. You want to feel that your life has meaning, that you are leaving a positive mark wherever you go. And this project will give you exactly that. 7th change. Liberation from a debt or financial burden from the past. The 7th change that's coming brings a very powerful energy of liberation. There's something in your financial past that haunts you to this day, weighing on your conscience, making you feel trapped, tied down, unable to move forward. It could be an old debt you've carried for years, a financial commitment that has become a burden, or a situation that has left a mark on you, and that you haven't been able to completely get rid of since. Well, the universe has prepared an opportunity for you to finally free yourself from this. And this liberation will happen in a way you didn't expect, through a path that will open up, allowing you to resolve this issue once and for all. Look, I know that when we're mired in debt or financial problems from the past, it seems like there's never a way out, that it will haunt us forever. We lose hope, we lose faith, we start to believe that this is our destiny, that we don't deserve better. But I need you to understand one thing. The universe never gives you a problem without also giving you the solution. Sometimes the solution takes time to appear because you're still learning something through that difficulty, or because you're not yet ready to receive the blessing that comes after. But when the right moment arrives, the doors open. And the right moment has arrived for you now. In the coming times, you will see opportunities arising to settle what binds you to the past. It could be through extra money that will appear and that you can use to pay off that debt. It could be through a favorable negotiation that you never imagined possible. It could be through unexpected help from someone. It could even be through a turnaround in your overall financial situation that will allow you to finally organize everything and resolve it once and for all. The important thing is to be attentive to these opportunities and have the courage to act when they appear. Because there's something interesting that happens when we carry debts or financial burdens from the past. We get used to it. It seems strange, but it's true. We get used to living in that situation, it becomes part of our identity, and deep down we're even afraid to get rid of it because we don't know what life will be like without that problem. It's as if we've built an entire way of life around that difficulty, and changing that means rebuilding everything. And it's scary. But you need to be willing to go through that fear to achieve liberation on the other side. Because when you finally get rid of that weight, you'll feel a lightness you don't even remember anymore. You'll feel like you can breathe again, that you can dream again, that the future has infinite possibilities again. And that feeling of liberation will be so good that you'll wonder why you carried that burden for so long. Furthermore, this change isn't just about resolving the practical situation of the debt or the problem. It's about closing a karmic cycle, about learning the lesson that difficulty came to teach you, and finally being ready to move on. During the time you spent facing this situation, you learned valuable things about resilience, about humility, about the value of money, about priorities. You grew, matured, transformed. And now that you've learned what you needed, the universe is releasing you to the next phase. So when the opportunity for resolution appears, be grateful. Be grateful for the difficulty that taught you so much. Be grateful for the solution that is coming. Be grateful for the entire process that transformed you into the stronger and wiser person you are today. 8th shift. The beginning of a new cycle of sustainable abundance. And finally, we arrive at the 8th and final financial change coming into your life. And this is the one that connects all the others, the one that gives meaning to the entire process you are experiencing. After going through all these transformations I've mentioned so far, after opening new doors, closing old cycles, changing your consciousness and your priorities, you are ready to enter a new cycle of sustainable abundance. And when I say sustainable abundance, I'm not talking about that fleeting wealth that appears suddenly and disappears just as quickly. I'm talking about prosperity built on solid foundations, on correct principles, on a healthy relationship with money. I'm talking about an abundance that's here to stay, that will grow steadily and in a balanced way, that will sustain you not only today but for years to come. This new cycle represents the harvest of everything you have sown so far, of all the learning, of all the sacrifices, of the entire journey. And the main characteristic of this cycle is that it is sustainable, that is, it does not depend on luck or external factors that you do not control. It depends on you, your choices, your discipline, your consciousness. You will have built a self-sustaining financial structure that continues to generate results, even when you are not actively working, giving you security and freedom at the same time. But to reach this point, you will need to apply everything you learned in the previous 7 changes. You will need to use extra income wisely, maintain an active sense of deservingness, continue prioritizing what truly matters, remain faithful to your long-term project, and avoid reverting to old patterns of scarcity. Because this cycle of sustainable abundance is not a gift that falls into your lap and that's it. It's an achievement you maintain through your daily actions. It's like tending a garden. It's no use planting and then abandoning it. You need to keep watering, removing weeds, protecting from pests, and harvesting at the right time. And the universe will give you all the necessary tools to do this, but you are the one who needs to use them. One beautiful thing about this new cycle is that it will not only bring material prosperity, but prosperity in all areas of life. Because when we resolve the financial area consciously and healthily, all other areas benefit. You'll have more peace in your relationships because you won't be stressed about money anymore. You'll have better health because you won't be losing sleep over bills anymore. You'll have more time to enjoy your family, friends, and the important moments in life. You'll be able to take that trip you've always dreamed of. You'll be able to help those you love without harming yourself. You'll be able to invest in experiences that bring you true happiness. And all this not because you became a millionaire overnight, but because you learned to live well with what you have, to make money work for you, to create a constant flow of abundance in your life. This is the true meaning of prosperity. It's not necessarily about having a lot. It's about having enough consistently and being able to enjoy life peacefully. And you're entering this vibration now. So open your heart to receive. Open your mind to new possibilities. Open your arms to the abundance that is already on its way. Trust the process, trust the universe, and above all, trust yourself in your ability to create the financial life you deserve and desire. If this message resonated with your zodiac sign, trust me, it's no coincidence. When the universe wants to speak to you, it sends exactly the right signal, and you're here because you needed to hear this today. Your contribution as a subscriber or member is what keeps these messages alive. Messages that touch, awaken, and transform lives. And if this video made sense to you, leave your birth date in the comments. My dear Cancerian, we have reached the end of this journey of revelations about the 8 financial changes coming into your life. And I sincerely hope that every word spoken here has touched you in some way, has lit a light of hope, has strengthened your faith that better days are coming. Because they are, believe me. The universe didn't bring you here to this video, to this exact moment in your life by chance. Nothing is a coincidence. You are going through a profound transformation process, and these financial changes are just one part, a reflection of a much larger change happening within you. You are becoming a more conscious, stronger, more confident person, more connected to your true power. And this improved version of you is attracting a better reality, a better life, better opportunities. So don't give up now. Don't let discouragement or fear take over. Don't go back to old patterns just because it's more comfortable. Stay strong, keep trusting, keep doing your part. Because the universe is already doing its part, already moving pieces, already preparing blessings, already opening paths. And soon, very soon, you will look back and see how much you have evolved, how much you have achieved, how much it has all been worth it. Now I want to ask you a question to reflect on. Of these 8 financial changes that I revealed today, which one touched your heart the most? Which one do you feel is already beginning to happen in your life? Think about this carefully. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, take this opportunity to subscribe and activate the notification bell. Because every week I bring new content to help you connect with the energy of the universe and attract more prosperity, love, health, and happiness into your life. And if the messages you find here touch your heart, if they make a difference in your journey, consider becoming a channel member or supporting in some way. Your energy and support are fundamental for me to continue bringing this work that is done with so much love and dedication. And before you go, leave a comment below telling us which of these changes moved you the most, or simply leave your birth date so we can further strengthen this positive energy flow among all the Cancerians here. I wish you all the prosperity in the world, all the abundance you deserve, all the happiness the universe has prepared for you. May these 8 financial changes arrive in your life at the perfect moment, in the perfect way, and completely transform your reality. A warm hug to your heart, and until the next video.